Welcome back, A-listers. This is the week of June 12th. I'm Francisco,
And I'm Andres.
and this is Put It on the List, where we discuss everything in entertainment and streaming. This week, we got some trailers. Hopefully, Andres will dignify us with his presence and watch some of them. I don't know. We'll see. Up in the air. We got our final comments on We Own the City. Yes, sir. Show of the Year candidate, possibly. We also have some nerd news, really quick points we want to touch on.
And also this week, Francisco does his best nacho.
Be grateful, Juan Pablo. Today is especially delicious. And then he tastes the fucking bean and it starts
Goes right out of his nose.
It's a loaded show. Excited to get into it. 2 nerds, 1 pod. Let's go! Andres, what's up, my man?
What's up,
how was
dude?
your week?
It's actually pretty good. Some of the computers kind of broke at work for a little bit here and there. So, technical issues. So I got to have a little bit of a breather. And so I'm like, it's kind of nice to have a bit of a breather. So I'll take it.
That's cool.
And I got to watch a little bit extra stuff. And
Oh, that's cool.
So how was your week?
All good. Trying to survive these kids, man. They're always trying to get one past you. Like, for example, yesterday, in fact, my 6-year-old Z, she goes up to me. She's like, "Dad, I have a surprise for you."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? I'm like, "Oh, cool. What is it?" And she's like, "You have to take me to Target." I'm like, "The Target?" She's like, "Your surprise is in Target."
Very specific.
Your surprise is in Target. And then she's like, "There's one for you, and then there's one for me." And I'm like, "What?"
The plot thickens.
Yeah. And she's just trying to, like, that's her way of getting a toy. She's like, surprise, she's gonna pick it out. She's always trying to get a toy, man. Like,
surprise, you're buying me stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Surprise, your credit card is gonna have an extra expense on it this week.
Yeah. And then I was like, we're not doing that. I'm like, we're not doing that. And she's like, but it's just surprise. She gets into it, man. She's like, she's today we didn't go. I didn't take her. And today she's looking at me like all sideways and shit. Like she's gonna mess me up. But
couple more years, she will.
Never know. But with her temper, yeah. Other than that, man, everything's great. Excited about this episode, man.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's funny, man. But yeah,
you wanna get into it?
Let's do it.
All right. We got a little new segment. We got news and tidbits.
News and tidbits.
Self-explanatory for everybody out there.
There you go.
Man, here's exciting news.
Yeah.
What We Do in the Shadows gets season 5 and season 6.
They're just going 2.
Oh, whoa. Man. And season 4 is not even out yet.
No.
That's even more encouraging. Like, they got a lot to say.
Or they got like a 2-for-1 deal on like the studios or costume rental. I don't know. But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. They got last season ended on a little cliffhanger.
Big cliffhanger.
I'm excited to see what's going on with Nandor and the gang.
Yeah.
So we got that. Excited about that or what?
Oh, dude! When I saw like 5 and 6 already, without, like you said, without 4 even airing, I'm like, woo!
Yeah.
And on top of that, I'll piggyback. So yeah, What We Do in Shadows. It's coming on FX, I think, in like a month. So that's awesome. I think the other thing that we actually didn't even talk about, they just released yesterday. The Boys got a new season extension before this one even finishes. So that's kind of cool. They're just extend. So yeah, What We Do in Shadows. How excited are you?
I'm at a 10.
All right.
I go in hard for some vampire love over here.
Yeah. All right.
All right, next exciting. We got I don't know if you heard, but they're working on Joker 2. If you're not sad, prepare to be sad and a little disturbed. What did you think of the first Joker? And are you excited for a Joker 2?
I'll talk about Joker 2 first. The first question is why? Besides, the first film was like budgeted at like 50 million, like really low budget, and it made like $1 billion worldwide. That's why. Story wise, why? Uh,
Yeah.
and then past that, man, I'm probably in the minority, but I really, really did not like the first Joker. Like it was well shot. There's lots of good stuff in it. But as far as the story goes, like a 2 hour film and maybe had 15 minutes of actual story, I'm like, let's just torture a dude for an hour and 45 minutes and see what happens. I wonder what's going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
it was just not clever. It was just everything was coming a mile away. It was cool because it was different, but I have zero desire. It was to watch it again. It was a struggle to finish the first time. Like, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no desire to watch it. So, but go ahead. Maybe they'll introduce other villains in these super sad ways where I'm like, I just walk out of the film just depressed. Because we all need that right now. But other
Yeah.
than that, what are your thoughts? Sorry, man. I was go for it.
For me, I guess I'm a little indifferent. I wasn't different with the first one. Like, I guess I'm happy that DC got a W. Like as far as overall, like they
Do,
got
do, do you even
a
consider
good
this a DC film though?
with a character. So that's where I'm most confused at. Like, what are they gonna get to? Like, what are they trying to do? What's the point? Like, are they trying to like? Because I'm really enjoying what Matt Reeves is doing and the
Yeah.
direction they got Batman going. So in no way do I want this to participate
No.
any way into that world.
Yeah.
So so my biggest question is, what's the end game? Just make money. Just like,
Yes.
and are you here? But people like shock and awe and that kind of shit. Because guess what? There's 4 Jackass movies, and they do whatever the fuck they want. So, and people keep going and watching them. So
Sure.
there's gonna be an
Yeah.
audience for it.
I
Like,
totally get it.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I get
sure
it.
how much of a rewatchability aspect or how many people have actually watched it a second time. I haven't. I really haven't had the balls to click play on it again and be like, oh my god, I know what I'm in for and I'm ready for it. No, I don't want to do that. I got enough shit on my head to not click play on that Joker movie.
Got it. Yeah. So there you go. We'll see what happens. It's not a guarantee, but it's probably gonna
Yeah.
happen.
I want it to be good, but at the same time,
Sure.
I'll watch it once.
Yeah. You let me
Okay.
know. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Next thing we got the new Jurassic World. I
Dude,
think
which we
it's
have not
called
Dominion.
Dominion. Yeah,
We have not talked
Dominion.
about it at all.
No, we have not. Um, I guess we're both not super excited. And
Man,
like I like the first one with Chris
the
Pratt.
the Jurassic World. I thought it was
Yeah,
awesome. I was expecting
yeah,
like an average film. And I remember halfway through, like we're sitting in the theaters, like, this is honestly really good.
yeah,
And
yeah,
we've probably watched it like 4 or 5 times. Like it's so watchable and just
yeah. If
fun
it's
and it's
on,
well
just
done.
just sit down and enjoy the ride.
Dude, it's great. It's a great ride. Such a good ride. And then the sequel to it came out. Oh my god, could it be any worse of a sequel?
It's shit the bed, bro.
I mean, terrible, terrible. Like what? It's like they had to make a deadline, and they were just like, do anything, and just we'll put it out.
Or do 5 movies into one and just put dinosaurs in the movies.
And we just don't know what it's gonna. Dude's running around a mansion. And I throw some dinosaurs. What?
Yeah,
Oh,
haunted
dude,
house,
what
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs?
A disaster movie, dinosaurs.
Volcano, dinosaurs.
Sci-fi, clones, dinosaurs. Just a bunch of random shit, and it's like,
Romantic
I don't
comedy,
know.
dinosaurs.
So yeah, it just kept going, and some ideas were good, but the
It's just,
execution of it is,
oh, it's
you know,
terrible. And
it sucks because they had a great building
yeah,
block.
yeah, they're
You know,
oh man, talk about just like someone's shoulders to stand on to do like the next great thing, and like you said, they shit the bed. And then what sucks is that original director shows up for this film. Like, okay, I'm excited because if he brought that magic to the first one, which had no business being that good,
yeah,
he's gonna make this one good. And now this one is already rated and reviewed the lowest of all of the films. So they took that what is it, the Jurassic World 2 magic, and sprinkled
Yeah.
it all throughout this film too.
Yeah.
Apparently this film makes no sense also. So boom. But
Also,
it's gonna make money.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting because it's gonna make a ton of money, and it's gonna be one of those movies that has a terrible Rotten tomato score,
Yeah,
but it's gonna have a decent audience score. And it's gonna be confusing, so we'll see.
I'll check
Like
it
I
out.
think it says 80% of the audience likes
Yeah, it's not on my
it. So
list. It'll be on my list for like if it's Netflix, Amazon for free. I'm not
yeah,
gonna pay more than like maybe $2 to rent it.
and
But
is it Universal that does that one?
yeah.
So it might be on Peacock like in 45 days.
Oh,
So
that's right. That's right. Northman's on there. Yeah. So
yeah.
fingers crossed. All right. So moving on from getting out of Jurassic World, what else we got on our list?
All right, so now we're gonna move into some of the things that we actually watched.
Yeah.
And first thing we got is a high-profile show on a little streaming platform called Disney Plus, and it's called ObiWan Episode 4.
Yeah. So
And
yeah.
let's get into it real quick. No spoilers.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, it took some of the ridiculousness on the last third episode, that things that made no sense, and then they doubled down on the things that made no sense. There was some moments in this film. We were sitting on the couch watching it. We had to stop and rewind it several times just to make, did that just actually happen? Like, wait, it couldn't be that stupid. It couldn't be that stupid. And we wound it. We're like, it was seriously that stupid. Like, some of the things were just mind-boggling to me in this episode. And there's some cool stuff. There was like 2 or 3 parts I was like, this is really cool. Like, this is well designed, well shot, well whatever executed. But for every one of those, there was like 2 or 3 absolute head scratching moments. Like, I can't believe this. And I think, and I'll let you go in a second here because I had this great quote. Christina told me, she's like, you know what? I don't even enjoy the show anymore, but I just want to watch to see how dumber they could possibly get with the show. So, like, she hates the dialogue, and I'm right there with her. Like, it got even worse. But I want to see where it goes. But fire away, what you got? What you got?
I want to say that the only reason they made this show was to mess up with our emotions. Just mess with our emotions. Like, like that's it. That's all they want to do. Why would they bring like a beloved character where everybody has built up in their own head past the years, be like, oh yeah, Obi-Wan is badass.
Yeah.
He kicked So-So's ass. He was badass in the animated series, apparently. He was just badass. And now, like, this show is just, I don't know, man. It's tarnishing the championships. Tarnishing the championships. And I don't like it, man. The belt looks dusty, it's like, I don't know. And like I did the same thing, bro. I rewound it. And I was like, what? Did I fall asleep? I thought I fell asleep. Like, is there missing scenes? What's going on? I was a little
How do you swing and
surprised.
miss that bad? Like, there's got to be some executive somewhere like scratching like, no, hey. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Speaking of swinging, when one little tidbit where Obi-Wan started swinging his lightsaber and he thought he's all cool. I'm like, bro, like, you've been getting your ass kicked the entire season, and like you got a little flow right here, and like now you're back. I don't know. I don't trust it. It was a
kind of
little weird.
He went
It
from
was
like
nothing to 100%. He
Yeah.
leveled up.
no, yeah, immediately. Like he put some coins in the slot and
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. He went Super Saiyan out of nowhere. I'm like, what's going on?
Like he went from timid to like, let's do this. I'm like, with literally like nothing in between. Anyways, but it's a pretty show. I really like the designs. It looks,
Yeah.
the concept's cool. Like if I saw like the concept artwork, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But all right, I'll do one Man, this is not a spoiler, but let's say the Empire. Why not install some cameras in your hallways instead of droids that float around with swiveling heads? All you have to do is install like 4 or 5 cameras and you're good. Instead, you budgeted that out for like a whole bunch of floating droids. I don't.
I got nothing for you.
I was like, this okay, all right. Anyway, and then when they're designing the place, like they like build in little convenient places to hide in the one hallway that they're
Yeah.
supposed to be securing. I'm like, wait, what?
The architect is like, hey, let's make it really sleek and a lot of nooks and crannies, please.
In
A
the
lot of
one
nooks and
hallway
crannies. Yeah.
for no reason that go nowhere.
And like, what's that? We need more nooks. We need more crannies.
I would, and that was just more head scratching. Anyways, all right, moving on. I'm looking forward to how much dumber it could get, but
Only 2 more episodes, buddy.
yeah, all right.
Maybe
Moving
we
on.
should do like a
Yeah,
skip next week and then talking about it, and then we'll watch the 2 episodes.
maybe we'll do
and
like the top 3 dumbest moments.
final recap.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we're still gonna enjoy it because it's still kind of there's like a funness factor. You're like, okay, it's happening in Star Wars world and it's really cool designs, but oh my god, they're not even trying. At least in the prequels, it was ridiculous, but they kind of tried. You know, they went from like A to B to C. This just goes from like A to
They tried to put me to sleep, and they succeeded.
Man. Anyways, all right. Let's speaking of the opposite of crappy, what do we got here?
The Boys, my guy.
Dude.
First 4 episodes.
Dude. All right,
You
we're
wanna
gonna
go
try to
first,
do
or what?
this. Yeah, I'll go first. We're gonna try to do this fairly spoiler free. If there's a spoiler, we'll change it up or maybe we'll bleep it or something. Other than that. Okay, here we go. The Boys. Dude. Let's just get this. Is it the elephant in the room? Should we talk about the first like 10
We
minutes
have
of
the
the first
10 minutes.
let's just get I'm still trying to process. I'm not even trying to even talk about this. Oh my god. Oh, let's call it the termite. We're just gonna refer to it as the termite.
Yes,
Francisco is shaking his head.
the termite. That's an accurate term.
Woo! All right, man. What you got on the termite? See, that. Actually, let me step back for a second. The Boys is a hard adult film or an adult show based on a comic book, and it is not for the faint of heart. It is not for anyone under a certain age. It is not for the squeamish. So that being said, they level up immediately in the first 10 minutes of season 3, and they set the tone, and they set the shit out of that tone. All right, man. Tell me about that tone that they set.
All right, I have to say, I have to tell a little story. All right,
Yeah.
so comes out on Friday, right?
Yeah.
I'm at work, get off work, go pick up my kid. She's like, no homework today. You have a break. You know, you can have a snack. Set her up and her thing, and I'm like, oh, the first 3 episodes of The Boys came out. Check it out real quick. And I put play, and I had the remote in my hand. I kept it just in case something went sideways. And I'm like, I can't watch it right now. I want to see how much I can get away with. Maybe they toned it down. I don't know. I don't know. And they did not tone it down for all of you out there that have seen it. Hey, that was a dad fail. Dad failed on that one. I was like, it was happening, and I was like, oh my god, where's the go back button? Where's because he was walking in, and I'm like, oh my god, turn it off. And thank God I got it off before she saw anything.
Oh my god.
So I was traumatized, and at that moment I was like, oh, I gotta make sure everybody's in a fucking coma before I can play this show, because nobody's they're gonna one, they're gonna freak out because of all the stuff that's happening on the screen, and 2, they're gonna think I'm a psychopath for watching it.
And laughing.
So yeah, I'd be like, oh shit. So that was my experience with the first 10 minutes of the termite.
Dude, I had to like, I was a little confused on what happened because I looked away for a second and I was like, okay, they're gonna do some deviant stuff, and then something happened, and then another thing happened. I was like, no, they're not. Oh my, oh my god. And then as soon as you got the inkling that something else was gonna happen right after that, I was like, no. And then they did it like in a flash, and I had to like, I rewound it like twice because I had to like be sure what I just
are sick,
experienced. It was not processing. I was like, what? I was literally speechless. Like I couldn't believe what I just saw, and so many thoughts. Like imagine having to like write that scene. Then imagine having to be the director explaining that scene. Then imagine having to like go to like a company who has to like actually make it happen and like digitally, like sit like you have to storyboard it. Like, what was that like sitting in that meeting of storyboarding? No, do
Yeah.
this. Like, get this angle. Like, okay. And then you go to like a couple companies, like, oh, can you do this? I'm like, man, how much is it gonna cost? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
meetings, lots of meetings took
Yeah.
place over that one scene, and I would have been loved to have been a fly on the wall to see how many people's faces just were like, you want what?
And I would like to
Dude.
see the trail of emails, like from from one head of HR to the head of this production or that production, and like this head of this department. The trail of emails are like, they want to do what? And they, like, oh, we gotta. I don't know. Can we type about this? You want to meet in person? Let's meet in person. Like, like
Sort
all
of like,
this.
got like a cone of silence happening, like, just so
Yeah.
we're clear.
I don't even know if the guys at Amazon know what they did. Like, they
Hey,
just
it's
like have a
trending. Everyone see
yeah,
it's trending? Cool.
yeah,
They have
yeah,
no
cool.
idea. It's like Monday morning, they show up, you're like, oh God.
Yeah, and this is the first 10 minutes. All right,
Dude.
the first 10 minutes. I have another little anecdote
Yeah.
about the scene.
Yeah.
Years ago, I don't know what year the movie came out, but it's called "Talk to Her," and it's directed by Pedro Almodovar,
Oh
Spanish
yeah, yeah.
director. And I want to say Antonio Banderas is in this movie. But anyways, a little bit of the premise. There's a female bullfighter. She was in a bullfight, doing her thing, and she got maimed and gored by the bull. She goes into a coma. The nurse falls in love with said bullfighter, and he's always talking to her, telling her stories. And he goes and telling the story, and the story about I'm gonna get some details wrong, but the main thing I'll get right. It's a scientist wanting to create a love potion for him and his lady, and so and cut to him telling the story, and you hear him narrate the story, and the what it looks like. It looks like the set of Young Frankenstein, and it's black and white. So it's like all this old kind of like laboratory equipment, and he's making a potion, and it's like a silent film, and he's like they're exaggerating, like they're feeling like their facial expressions, and he's like, "Ta-da!" He made a potion, and he shows it to the wife, and he takes it, and he takes the potion, and he shrinks. He shrinks tiny, maybe like a termite. I don't know, something like that, right? Shrinks like a termite, and then cut to it's a love potion, right? And like now he's shrunk, and he doesn't know how to make his wife happy, and they sit there, and she goes to bed, and then he goes with a funny expression on his face. He looks up, like, and he points up, like, "Aha! I have an idea." And he walks over to his wife in bed, and he crawls underneath the sheets because he's tiny. He crawls underneath the. Cut to uh, a giant vagina on the screen, right? And hey, this is at least 2005, maybe 2006.
Ahead of its time.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. I remember watching that. I rented it, from this crazy video store in our town, Adams Avenue.
Oh yeah.
What's that one? What was that called?
Adams Avenue Video.
Video, yeah, something like that. They had all kinds of foreign films there, and yeah, and this reminds me of that. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't think I was gonna see that twice in my lifetime, you know. But yeah,
Well,
funny things.
welcome, brother.
But yeah. So, anyways, yeah, talk to her if you guys want to go check it out. It's a good film. It's a little weird.
Okay, happy one. Man, but getting back to the boys, a couple things I want to give a shout out to.
Yeah.
Number one, I thought it looked so good. Like, I don't know if they switched like cinematographers, like even shots of like Butcher standing in his apartment. I thought it looked fantastic. Like it was so like cinematic. Like they upped like the production and just the look and the lighting and the sets and the cost, everything just got like one up. Like it's like extremely cinematic. Like every scene, every sequence.
The editing,
Dude, it's
yeah.
so good.
There's no fat. There's no
No.
fat anywhere.
The
It's
writing,
like boom.
the
They're
fir- the
telling this story.
yeah,
Man, it's amazing.
and it's moving, and they're not like wasting time. Like they spent so much of season 2 setting things up, and it was so slow the first half. But this one, they learned. I guess they learned their lesson because there's so many moving pieces, and then it just goes straight into stuff. And there was episodes where I'm like, oh, this is a storyline they're gonna drag out for like 2 or 3 episodes. No, like 2 scenes later, it's like, oh damn, like you knew things were gonna happen, but they happen like immediately, which is so satisfying that to see these big shows, these big high concepts, not waste time or space. Like they like I don't know, sort of an ObiWan show where they have one concept and it's been dragged out for like 4 episodes, versus these dudes have a concept and like 3 scenes later, someone's dead, and that's into that one. So it was like, damn, the level of violence and blood, the blood budget has been like tripled.
They're like, hey, can we get another bucket of guts?
Like, dude,
We
got
need
so
more
much.
guts. Yeah, to piggyback on all what you said, I agree on everything. And can we get some awards out to like Anthony Starr?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude, that guy is scary. He's the scariest person I've seen on TV since like Heisenberg. Like that menacing evil, just like
he dialed it in this season. Like he was like that before, but like at least twice every episode, I'm like genuinely frightened of Homelander. Like the way he pulls it off is like this. I can't even describe the balance of like super psychotic, yet full of himself, yet just you don't want to even be near the guy in any way, shape, or form. And his performance is like so pitch perfect. It's like I don't know what he did in the off season training for this, but
yeah,
he spent
he was
some
in the
time
gym.
with something. But like, damn, like every time. And then not just that, but they wrote around him so well. Like the dinner scene, there's several dinner scenes. There's scenes on like rooftops. There's scenes like just scenes that shouldn't have been that insane. He's insane like in every every scene. He's like insane, and they're just upping the ante is so bad. Like it's like, dude, like nothing and no one is safe or sacred.
Nope. And it's weird because I watched this other show, Banshee. I don't know if you've seen it. I think it's on HBO Max. It's worth checking out. And he played like he's an anti-hero in that show, and he's so likable. He's like oh, I like to hang out with that guy. I don't want to hang out with with Homelander. Please, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Please don't hurt me. Please, sir. Please. He's terrifying. So kudos to him. Right now, like, hey, on my short list of any Emmy nominations, I got Wayne Jenkins and I got Homelander. Get these guys some trophies, man.
Dude, like, to shut it down. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy how good they are. They need to go give acting lessons to like the cast of fucking ObiWan, because they need some juice. They need some juice.
Yeah, they ain't got no juice. Like imagine Homelander talking to Wayne Jenkins. Oh man, I don't know. Wayne Jenkins might run his mouth off, be like, "What you say to me?"
But
we got superhero over here.
What's that? A
superhero?
Cape? You wearing a cape?
That's the wrong color, son.
Dude, Homelander would just totally keep him around for kicks. Yeah, because he would just be entertaining in ways that Homelander could rarely be entertained in. Oh man. Oh, and we're only up 4 episodes in, so woo. That's all I have to say is woo.
We're gonna have to do a spoiler recap at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think this is like shockingly like in my top 5 of the year so far. I think.
Yeah.
Everything is just coming together, and I did not expect it to be this good, especially because last season was good, but there's so many. It just pay off so much so early. It's great. Yeah. So hopefully they don't
leave us hanging on like
a
lot of these nerd shows that they just like, oh, we got these suckers. They're like, these guys are just like, hey, here's the thought. Oh, here's the payoff. Oh, here's this. Here's the payoff. And like some of these shows, like I don't even want to name any of those shows because they're trash, but some shows that like they linger for years and years and they're still around, and I'm like, dude, get over yourself.
No, this
You
has
know, this is what you,
immediate consequences. It's the
yeah.
thing that like I dig it so much. All right. Okay.
Moving
Well,
on.
full on spoiler. The Boys coming at some point, maybe like 4 weeks. Well,
Yeah,
whenever
all
it's
said and
finished.
done.
All right. Moving on.
All right. Hey, we just want to talk about We Own the City and
Yeah.
give it its flowers. You know,
Woo!
like that it deserves. That
That's
hey,
on
in and out.
HBO. HBO
Yep,
Max.
HBO Max.
It just finished its run. We Own the City.
If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Based on a true story.
Yeah.
The acting is phenomenal. The writing is phenomenal. The way it looks, like you feel like you're in there. The streets.
The editing, how
Yeah.
they present the story to you, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nuts when they start bringing down like the actual events and you start seeing like the numbers and statistics behind everything. You're like, this
Yeah.
couldn't have happened, and like, holy shit. But yeah, it's pretty.
Pretty
It's
cool.
good. It's good.
I listened to a few interviews with the cast and the director or the showrunner.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, should we do a spoiler or not?" It's
You
in the
can.
last. It's in the last scene.
I think I know what you're
No,
talking about.
we should. It's not a big spoiler.
It's a historical thing. It's not huge.
Yeah. It's So Wayne Jenkins, John Berthal's character, he's wearing a vest at the courthouse.
Yeah.
And during production, when he showed up to that day of shooting, they're like, "Oh, where's your suit? You can't wear a suit. Cops don't wear vests to the courthouse." And like this is not the and everybody was freaking out, like, "Where's the suit? Where's the suit?" And then John Berthal pulls out a photo of the actual guy wearing the vest at the courthouse, and they're like, "Oh, okay." So that's how
He's
he
got
got
this.
Yeah.
He's got
And
it.
like, he was dialed in, man. John Berthal was dialed in. He's like, he did wear it. Here it
Dude.
is. Boom.
That whole show was stacked with just talent and actors, but
Yeah.
that dude just a step ahead of all of them. Like
Yeah.
John Berthal just killed it in that show.
Yeah, man. Mad respect.
Man. But I don't know what else to say other than if you haven't seen We Own the City, check it out. HBO. Dude, HBO.
Only 6 episodes.
So much. Yeah. You're in, you're out. And it's done. It's not like multiple series. Like it starts with these characters, ends with the characters. There's some
Especially if you're a fan of The Wire and that kind of show.
Yeah.
You'll feel right at home.
So yeah, check it out. We Own the City. We're big fans. We're gonna probably have to do like I think at the end of June our picks our top 5 of the year, like bracket it, and we'll put it up against like the next quarter of shows and then the final quarter of shows and do a bracket for like best of. We'll see how it goes end of the year. But man, there's some contenders already.
Yeah. Heavy hitters.
Man. All right. Moving on.
Speaking of Barry, on HBO Max, season finale coming
tomorrow
on Sunday.
Yeah.
And for me personally, this has been my favorite season. 3. I think they're operating on a different level this year. They get a half hour, and not a second misspent. It's all gravy, man. And kudos to everybody involved in that show. And it's so interesting listening to oh my God, Barry himself, Bill Hader, talk about a lot of the stuff that goes into making the show. But it's been a fantastic show, fantastic season. Nothing but kudos.
It's crazy the pacing. Again, like I want to say that they plan out like an hour of material per show and they just squeeze it into 30 minutes. I don't know how they do what they do because it just goes and it skips what it needs to be skipped and it goes right into the meat of so many things. And it's still like unpredictable. It is so unpredictable. Like so unpredictable. It's just so enjoyable. Like I love the fact you can watch a show, you don't see like half the stuff that happens coming at all. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
but it's for a dark show. It is so damn dark. It's fun still.
It's weird. It's weird how they find that balance. And you got to be a little twisted, we're like that. Like, to enjoy it, you know.
I
But
feel
hey,
guilty sometimes laughing at some of the things that happen in the show. I'm like, oh, they get killed. Oh. It's funny, but it's also kind of crazy. It's super.
yeah.
It's it's the show you didn't realize you wanted. Like it's so good, and they already have season 4 on deck, so that'll be coming next year.
One more
All right,
episode.
we'll talk about Barry more later. The whole season. We'll give our top 3 moments because there's so many great moments.
Yeah. Okay. Here we
Moving on.
go. Moving on to a little touchy subject here. At put it on the list. You know,
Why is that?
this is the trailer preview portion of the show where some of us watch all the trailers and some of us kind of doesn't give a fuck. So,
Or do some
maybe
of us give such a fuck about the content they want to be surprised and what they actually watch and go
yeah.
in with fresh eyes and not have like, oh, clearly this is going to be about this. I don't want to have expectations. Sometimes I just want to like, if I know I'm in. But that being said, I have made an effort to watch almost all this week's trailers.
Yeah, bro, like I'm not asking you to watch like if it's a Batman movie, I get it. If
Yeah.
it's you know a pillar, if it's an
Yeah.
alien movie,
Yeah.
is it? Hey, I get it.
Yeah.
But if it's fucking,
A Netflix show.
Sandman, a fucking show on Netflix, you can watch the fucking trailer. All right.
And I
Anyways, and you
did.
did
Just for you, my
All
lovely.
All right. I appreciate that.
Because your face
right.
of disappointment is like the saddest face possible.
Yeah, people don't understand.
Yeah, like the amount of tissues needed to like wipe up your tears. It's terrible.
Yeah. It's a lot of circumference. Like,
a lot of circumference. Not all it gets caught and all our tears get caught in your beard. It's all right.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the first trailer. What is it?
Sandman.
Woo!
Netflix.
Based on the DC Vertigo comic from the 90s, mid-90s, written by Neil Gaiman, which, have you read it?
No.
I attempted to read it. So I had maybe a month ago, because I have a subscription to the San Francisco Public Library, shout out. And with that, digitally, I can download any book to multiple electronic devices. So I'm like, Sandman, I'm in. So I download like the first trade paperback. That was a bit of a challenge. Like it's maybe because it's just the first couple of issues where they're trying to set stuff up. It was out there. But the concepts were cool. But it was like classic Neil Gaiman. We're like, this is deep and kind of crazy. What is happening here? People love Sandman. It went on for like 5 or 6 years. Some people call it the greatest comic ever done, or at least top 5. I don't know. I couldn't get through that far. But trailer wise, what do you think?
Looks cool. Looks like a cool sci-fi show with a little bit of some supernatural stuff going on. So I'm into it. I'm like, I'm open and I want to check it out. The effects look cool. Looks like they spent some money on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they've been working on it for a while. So hopefully whatever issues they came across, they figure it out. But I'm excited and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm super curious. I think I would be less inclined to be curious or excited if I didn't enjoy
watch the trailer.
Yeah. Jeez. hurt me, man. I would be less excited for the show if Good Omens on Amazon, Neil Gaiman's other project, was not as good as it was. That show, I think we watched it like 2 or 3 times, the whole series all the way through. That show was so damn good, entertaining. If they can capture some of that magic and energy for this one too, I think we're in for a treat.
I don't know if it's gonna have that light.
No, it's gonna be dark.
Yeah, because Good Omens is hysterical, and it's dark,
but it's hysterical. But yeah, that balance is so good.
Great balance. I don't know about this.
Sandman has to do with dreams and nightmares and unhappiness and unpleasantries in the night. So I don't know the enjoyment factor. Well, it's going to be much lower, but
watch it at night, lights off.
There you go.
Don't be scared.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. That's coming out later this year.
Yeah. Next we got ready for the Beast,
Yeah.
starring Idris Elba. It's gonna be on in theaters, and forgive me, I don't have the director with me, or who the director is. But did you watch the trailer?
Yes.
And what do
Jerk.
you think?
It's cool. I don't know how if I'd go to the theater to watch it,
Yeah.
but it looks like a perfectly fun afternoon film. I like Idris Elba a ton. I think the one thing that got me the most was it looks so much like what was it called? Ghost in the Darkness with Val Kilmer, a film from the '90s where they were hunting lions like in
That's
Africa.
the same point I was gonna make.
So I mean, it was a fairly fun film.
Yeah,
This looks pretty similar. So like, all right, whatever. Maybe every 15 years we need a killer lion movie, and this
yeah,
fit the bill.
yeah. We need movies like this. We need movies like this. Remember the Anthony Hopkins movie, The Edge? We need another bear movie. We need a
Oh,
bear movie. We need a lion movie. We need a wolf
we
movie.
got the Revenant not long ago. The bear with
I saw this
DiCaprio.
like 8 years ago now.
Is it really? Damn. Well, we're
I
due for
think
another
so.
bear movie.
Yeah. And so I'm happy about this tiger. I mean, this lion uh,
Yeah.
trailer. So yeah, it totally reminded me of the Ghost in the Darkness. And I when I saw this trailer, I sent it to my sister. We're like, because we used to watch that a lot, like
Ooh.
on repeat. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, it's on. Leave it on. All right, watch it.
What else we
And
gonna do?
yeah, and so we're excited about this lion movie.
All right. Someone likes their lions. All right.
Yeah,
Speaking of more of people versus nature, what's next on our list?
I was gonna try to make that um cracking sound.
Done.
You know, there you go. But my cheeks are too fat. So the full trailer came out and it's gonna be released on Hulu. And
End of
man,
July.
the July, I'm so excited, so excited. If you guys don't know out there, the Predator is my favorite monster
Rawr.
in the monster genre out there in the movie world. So whenever I see Predator stuff, I enjoy it. So, uh, what'd you think about the trailer?
I thought it looked awesome.
Good.
I think I the concept is cool. Like the concept is fun. I think there's like a mix of like clean stuff, like they're like hanging out like in a really clean woods. I'm like, dirty it up. But then like a couple scenes later, you see like just fog and atmosphere in the trees, and you can't see much, and things kind of come out of the tree. You're like, all right. So I think they're I think the director is gonna. I think it's gonna do a great job. I think it's gonna be a solid 8.5. I really hope.
I hope so too. I can't wait to see till I see the runtime. Because if it's like 2 hours and 15 minutes, I'm gonna be concerned. I need my prayer movies to be short. A little bit goes a long ways. Like if it's like 100 minutes or 105 minutes, I'm like, yes, I think they nailed it. You know, if it's 87 minutes, I'm be a little concerned. But if it's over 2 hours, but I think the sweet spot's like 105 minutes.
All right, we're
That's
gonna
my
write that down.
yeah.
And
We're gonna have a theory right there.
we're gonna get back to that. That's gonna be all right. I don't know. The guys, Chlorophyll Lane, the director's film, it was on the longer side, but it totally worked. So we'll see what happens with this one.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. I don't have Hulu. I'm gonna pay for a month of Hulu just so I can watch this one damn film.
We,
I am. We're in. I even showed Christina the trailer, and she was kind of digging it. And apparently, the lead actress is from a show, Legion. I've never heard it. I mean, I didn't. I'm not familiar with her. But as soon as Christina saw her, she was like, "Oh, cool!" And I was like, "Damn, I'm halfway there. She might actually watch this movie with me." So we'll see how this goes.
yeah. Hopefully, no vetoes. No vetoes come
We'll see
your
how this
way.
goes. Very excited though. I mean, we talked about a little bit of the trailer, the teaser, but yeah, the full-on trailer's out. That's end of July on Hulu. Prey. I'm surprised they don't put Predator in the title, but whatever, man. I think if you know, you know.
Yeah,
All you see
that's
is
cool
those
with
three.
me.
Yeah, 3 laser dots. You're like, yep, there we go.
Rare.
All right. Last trailer. This is different.
It is.
So this is a trailer I sent to you. Did you get to
Yeah.
watch it? So we don't talk about video games too much. I don't get the chance to play them, but we like video games, and we both love like Aliens and the Predator, that whole world. We love it. You should see half her wardrobe. It's half Aliens and Predator wardrobe. It's disgusting. He's laughing because it's true. So
I'm like, damn, bro, you're putting us on blast right now.
But there's a new video game coming up next year called Aliens Dark Descent. And I was like, what? So I watched the trailer. Oh, man, it's got Aliens vibes all over it. And I'm like, I had to play as I don't know, I'd say it's screen accurate Colonial Marine running around shooting aliens and running and blasting. And got the same equipment and in the dark and tunnels.
And like, they sound the same. The guns sound the same.
Dude, it just looks so cool. I'll probably add the a link to the trailer below just because it's pretty cool. Everyone else easy to find, but this one, I think it looks cool. Like I want to get this. I'm going to play this next year.
Yeah, I think it's cool too. It's hard to find time to play games and stuff. So
yeah,
but yeah, like this is totally giving me like those vibes, those alien vibes.
Yeah,
and we have much.
I'm excited.
I'm not much of a gamer, but it looks cool. Hopefully, it does well and people love it.
That's something to look out for next year. All right, moving on.
New on the list, buddy. It is an early warning for everybody out there that has not
Big
seen
FYI.
it yet. We got on Disney Plus on June 22nd. We got Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness.
Super curious about this one.
Yeah,
I've heard I've heard different things. So I'm honestly more excited to watch a Sam Raimi film than almost anything else. I'm like, that dude doesn't make enough films.
Yeah.
So, and then you drop him in the Marvel world. I'm like, all right, this could get a little interesting. So I'm curious, and that'll be happening that weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Kind of hard unless you're living under a rock. It's kind of hard, and if you're a nerd, it's kind of hard not to know some things that happen in those movies.
I have been subject to many spoilers already, so I'm just accepted. I'm like, yeah. But I'm like, all right, well, hopefully I can do a mind wipe before the movie starts and be somewhat surprised. At least the fun part is if I watch it with Christina, she'll be completely surprised. If anything, like, cool. I know I know the one person that shows up, she's a huge fan of, so that's gonna be kind of fun to see her reaction. Like when we watched Spider-Man, the long, not good film, the last one.
No way.
No way to make a good movie. She didn't know that the trailer was, so she didn't realize the other Spider-Man were showing up, and she was like, what? And then Andrew Garfield shows up. She was like, oh my God. So that was really cool. Her reaction. It was like, she was super like, that's awesome. Because she's also an Andrew Garfield fan. That dude's a good actor, man. He's been killing it the last couple of years, so good for him.
He has a crazy show on Netflix, on Hulu.
Does he? Oh, yeah. So maybe
plays a Mormon detective.
I think maybe we'll squeeze that in with Prey. Once we're done watching Prey, we'll try to get in a couple Hulu shows.
Yeah. All right, next we got on Amazon Prime. I might be the last person on the planet to not have seen No Time to Die. James Bond, No Time to Die. So, but I'm excited. It's on now. If you guys want to check it out on Amazon Prime. I know what happens, but I'm excited to see it because I rock with some James Bond. So again, on Amazon Prime. And any thoughts on that? I know you've seen it.
I've seen it. I was so excited when they first announced it as Danny Boyle directing, and like a year after that, Danny Boyle's like, screw this, and he quit because of creative differences, and I'm like, oh, that film is doomed. And they got this other dude. I'm like, all right, fingers crossed. Then they made it, and it was slated to come out like April or May 2020, right before the world went on pause. So, and it was the first film that got like moved. Like no one knew what was happening. Like no one knew up from down, left to right in like March, April 2020. So they pushed it to the end of the year. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And then that came and went. They're like, oh yeah, never mind. The world's still on pause. So that film got like pushed so many times, and they finally released it like October 21. like a year and a half after it was supposed to, like it was done. It was ready to come out. And then it came out and did okay box office, but then it came out on Amazon. So we paid like $5 to rent it. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And I have things to say. We could talk about it after you watch it. It's good enough for the most part. There's a lot of head scratching moments, like a lot of head scratching moments. But at the end of the day, it is a film that had James Bond in it, and it was better than the last film. I'll tell you right now. So that's good,
Yeah. The one that I remember anything of.
dude. That will. Oh man,
Spectre?
Spectre. Yeah, it could have been the coolest thing. The idea of Spectre and having Hans Landa as the bad guy. I'm like, oh man, this would be so cool. And it was not cool at all. Not even close. It's kind of, yeah.
I don't even remember it.
So, anyways,
I think my memory blocked it out. All right. So next up, we got Hustle.
Yeah.
Netflix. It's on now. It's Adam Sandler movie. He plays a basketball scout and wanting to be a coach, and he's also looking. He's a scout, so he gets sent around the world looking for the next big thing in basketball. And I gotta say, I watched this already.
Oh, cool.
And Marcy and I watched it. We enjoyed it. It had its funny moments, and it was. I mean, it fell into a lot of sports underdog tropes. But overall, I think he did a good job. There was not a lot of jokes. It wasn't one of those Adam Sandler movies where it's like he yells, "Get a job," or like whatever random shit he yells, But he did a good job with it, and like the really cool thing for me, like I love basketball and I love the NBA. There was a ton of real basketball NBA talent in the movie, so all the stuff they shot while they were playing and practicing looked really good because it was real guys. It was like, oh yeah, that guy does not miss. This is accurate. He can you can like if you're into basketball, you'd be like, oh yeah, that guy's pretty
So you actually
good.
enjoyed it because you're into basketball. Sounds like.
Yeah. But my wife, she enjoyed it. She laughed a couple times. She thought um like the banter between uh Adam Sandler and Queen Latifah was because that's she plays his wife. Um, it's pretty interesting. It was
All
funny,
right. Cool.
but yeah, I enjoyed it because I,
All right.
I like to see all those stars on it. So, anyways,
Bet.
Hustle.
Cool, man. I'm glad you dug it.
Yeah. What are the chances you're gonna check it out?
Low. We're
All
not a
right.
basketball house, but we'll see. There's just so much stuff on the list right now that we're still trying to get through.
Oh,
So,
quick on another thing, real quick.
yeah.
This is I should have put this into news and tidbits.
Ooh.
Because it just reminded me because of basketball, and Ben Affleck is directing a movie about
Nike.
Nike, yeah.
Yeah, saw
And
that.
Phil Knight, he's gonna
Yeah.
be Phil Knight, and it's basically about
Michael Jordan.
the Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's like for
The
all
winning
those
time.
sneakerheads,
Yeah.
all the sneakerheads out there, yeah, winning time, and all the sneakerheads out there. That's kind of like, you know, before and after date. Whenever the first Jordans came out,
Yeah.
so
I
it's
remember
kind
when
of
the
a
first
big
Jordans
deal.
came out. I was like, huh.
Yeah,
I'm not a shoe guy. I just thought it was a cultural
yeah, event.
event. Yeah.
They were banned, and there's documentaries about just the shoe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Dude, yeah, definitely. What I read,
Yeah,
Michael Jordan's not actually going to show up in it, or his
yeah,
character's not going to show up. It's going to be like everything's going to be happening like around the idea of him.
yeah.
So I think that's, I don't know. Ben Affleck is a solid writer director. I think Matt Damon's in it too. And I think they're both polishing the script, so it has a really good chance of being pretty damn good.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right. Next on new to the list, we got Peaky Blinders on Netflix, season 6, starring Killian Murphy. I'm a fan of the show. I've watched the first 5 seasons, so
Ooh.
it takes place in right after World War One in England, and the Peaky Blinders is a gang in New York in London, and so a lot of criminal activity taking place, and it just tells the story of it's 6 seasons.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
And they got some haircuts. I know that much.
Yeah.
I have
It's a
not
pretty
seen
intense
it.
show.
Yeah, I've
It's
not seen
intense.
it. But Christina's actually watched several seasons. And she really,
Oh,
really likes
really?
it. Yeah.
Did she get to the Tom Hardy seasons?
I believe so. She
Yeah.
was super digging the show.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom
So
Hardy's
it's like,
getting
all right,
broken.
cool. Yeah, that's
Cool.
Top Part is awesome.
Yeah,
So yeah,
let her know. Season 6 is on.
Peaky Blinders, Netflix. All right, last one.
Last one. And also this is for me as well. For All Mankind on Apple Plus, season 3, starring Joel Kinnaman. I really like that guy. You know,
Yeah, he's good.
He's a good actor, and I appreciate most of the things that he does. And
Yeah.
this show is pretty good. If you guys like sci-fi with a twist, or like if you like space stuff, NASA stuff, Apollo 13 with a little bit of a twist, this is for you. The production value on this is crazy. All the space stuff and all the things that are going on uh, between Houston and Dallas, and between Russia and the United States, and kind of, they do a good job of telling the story and how crazy things are nowadays. They kind of relate.
I'm
But
glad you dig it.
yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I highly recommend it. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out.
For
For All Mankind
Apple.
on Apple.
I have yet to watch it. I keep wanting to. We'll see.
Show.
All right. Moving on to the last but not least bit of our pod this week. What is it?
We got double feature time.
Woo.
Double feature. And today the topic is funny sports movies.
All right. Here,
That's
I'm doing a golf clap for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like a big crowd cheering.
All right.
All right. My selection.
Okay. And I have to figure out how to match something to it.
Okay.
And this time I want to choose one.
And let me know if I picked yours or not. All right.
No, I don't have one yet.
Oh, you don't have one?
No.
All right, good. So my selection is Nacho.
Oh shit.
Libre.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What's weird is I think about that as I don't really think about it as a sports movie, just an awesome Jack Black, hilarious movie. Like we love that movie.
You're one of those guys that doesn't think wrestling is real.
No, I think that movie that film transcends the genre of sports. That film is so like out there, like Napoleon Dynamite crazy. You're just like, what? But it's so good. Like it's so ridiculous on so many different levels. Like his accent and just they own everything in that movie. It's so good.
Yeah, so in honor of Nacho, I was gonna try to read some of these quotes in my Nacho voice.
Oh shit!
I can pull some of this shit off.
All right, we're ready. So, and while you're doing that, I gotta start thinking of a film.
All right. Everything you said is my favorite thing to do every day. My life is good. Really good. Be grateful, Juan Pablo. Today is especially delicious. And then he tastes the fucking bean. And it starts
goes right out of his nose. Bah.
Hey, take it easy. Take it easy. They gave me no nutrients. When he eats the egg. Remember he eats the egg and he said it doesn't give me no nutrients.
The egg was a lie.
I don't want to get paid to lose. I want to win.
Sucks to be me.
Get that cord out of my face.
No, dude, he does the different like, get the cord out of my face.
Oh, man. Tonight, we are going up against Satan's cavemen. And I just thought it might be a good idea if you praise the Lord. When he tells us Skeletor.
I'm a man of science.
Beneath the cloth, find the man. And beneath the man, find his nucleus. When he clenches his fucking ass. Oh, man. All right. That's all I got, man. What do you got?
Oh, man. I wasn't even thinking. I was just laughing my ass off the whole time. there's not a ton of like funny sports films. It's like Nacho's like it's been an underdog film. It's quirky. So
Bro, there's some, bro.
some
Stop.
funny sport. There's oh man.
Here's a
If
here's
we're
a,
gonna
gonna
if
give
we're
you
gonna go ahead.
a
Go ahead.
cue or a clue.
I think I know where you're trying to go with this one.
Where?
All right, is that Happy Gilmore?
No,
No.
Caddyshack. Caddyshack.
Caddyshack was on my list.
Okay. You remember when Chevy Chase? That was the funniest thing, where he thought like doing that would like make the ball go into the hole.
Oh yeah. Where he sits there. That was Rodney Dangerfield, also hilarious in that one. But I wasn't gonna go Caddyshack. Sports funny movie. Oh man, Happy Gilmore was kind of on the top of my list, but it's almost too. Yeah. Oh man,
that's a good one.
Oh yeah, it's great, but
I killed it with Nacho, so it's kind of a hard spot.
All right, you know what? I don't know if this quite qualifies, but this is actually a pretty crazy movie with some crazy performances.
Here we go.
Ready? Because we're going to some surrealist area here. This one I'm just pulling out. It's pretty damn funny for the most part.
What's that?
Pain and Gain with The Rock and Mark Wahlberg, directed by Michael Bay. That shit is bananas, and they own every second of it. And then that, but Tony Shalhoub, when he shows up, the thing like what? Like there is some hilarious shit that happens in that movie.
Yeah, it is.
And those two guys are so dumb. It's oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Pain and Gain. So we're gonna go Nacho Libre and Pain and Gain.
Okay. I guess I'll try to hide my disappointment. Fucking, I don't know.
I'm trying
what sport do they play?
Weightlifting.
Oh man.
Does that not count? All right.
No, it counts. It counts. Hey, it's a funny movie. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Hey, if you guys are out there listening to this guy's takes, man, please burn his ass. Like, I mean, a sports movie, man. Can't. But anyways,
all right.
Movie. Pain and Gain is a good movie.
I was trying to think of something surreal. That's the most trippy, surreal approach I could think of. So I'm just going with that one. I know it's not.
I thought you were gonna go with like something slapstick. You could have gone Dodgeball. Balls of Fury.
Is it too late to take back and go Dodgeball? Because
you forgot about Dodgeball?
I did for a minute. Yeah, I was trying to think mainstream. I was trying to think soccer, and then I was thinking wrestling, and the wrestling got me into the.
You could have gone basketball.
I didn't like that movie that much.
No.
Nah. But
a little dark.
But damn it! All right, well, hey, we're not all winners here today. All right, whatever.
We're gonna have to go to therapy over this.
We're gonna have to get some pillows and do like a pillow fight and see how it goes. And if that doesn't work, we'll move on to tickle fights. And figure it out.
All right. Anything else you got?
So, I guess we'll end it on the tickle fight.
Yes, please. And if you guys like this podcast, please like, comment, subscribe. Stuff.
Having fun. And then eventually it's going to put on its own channel and its own actual pod station, so you can just download it and not have to worry about the YouTube aspect of it. But until then, thanks for sticking with us while we're still sharpening our blade, trying to make this better and funnier and more entertaining. I thought we did pretty good on this one. This one was fun. I think everyone's going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right. So until next week, this has been Andres with
Francisco.
Thank you for listening to Put It On the List. Any final words, my friend?
Just be safe out there, have fun, and watch some stuff. Talk to you guys next week.
Peace.